What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Torino Career Mode. This is episode number 100, and yes, in today's episode I have a special video for you guys just to say thank you for all the support in the series so far, and hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this special episode. Now, what we've got in today's episode is pretty simple. There's going to be 7 games shown, 6 of which are regular post commentaries, and 1 is going to be a live highlights game. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It should be around 40 minutes long. I don't think anything more than that, possibly 45 at the stretch, but around 40 minutes long. And yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy this episode. And it's just really to say thank you for the support on this series. Obviously, with FIFA 16 around the corner, you know, only a month and a half to go before it's released. Not really, you know, FIFA 15 videos every single year, basically. Every single year, YouTubers, FIFA YouTubers will find that when we get into August and we get into early September, the videos start to drop on the current FIFA because it feels like an old game. So the viewing figures drop a little bit, engagement drops a little bit. That always happens. It's something you can't really avoid, to be honest, and it happens on my channel year after year. So I know the episodes and the videos I'm making are dropping down a little bit in terms of the engagement and the interest, and that's totally fine. That's just one of those things because we're all excited for FIFA 16 and can't wait to start making videos on that. But either way, the support in this series has still been really, really good. You know, we've done 100 episodes here. That's a lot, and it's been a fun series for us to make. We've been trying to change Torino, trying to change their fortunes, make them a really big side in Europe. We're currently doing that right now, and to say thank you for the support in the series, I thought I'd do a special video, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So in today's episode, what you are going to see is 7 games. You'll see 7 games in today's episode, 6 of which are regular post-commentary games, and 1 game is going to be a live highlights game. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully it'll be good fun, and again, the episode should be around 40 minutes long, but still, hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, it's just say thank you, really. If you do enjoy the episode, then please do leave a like, because I really would appreciate that. Still, the first of 7 games in today's episode here is against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final second leg. Now, of course, we won the first leg in Italy by 2-0. So coming into this game, knowing we had a clean sheet under our belt, we knew that if we scored just 1 away goal in this game, Bayern Munich would need to score 4 goals. No side has scored 4 goals against us this season, so they need to score 4 goals on the night. So my focus really was to try and grab an away goal from somewhere. So didn't rest all the players, had a very, very large percentage of first-team players out there. The first chance did fall to Bayern Munich from the goal kick. We pass out from the back, but Selly eventually gets on the ball, plays a great through ball towards Ciro Immobile, and if it wasn't for a good stop by Neuer, he would have made it 1-0. So you can see Immobile collapse to the floor. That was a great save by Neuer, and he keeps it goalless. But from the corner, Verratti crosses the ball in, and Immobile may have just been denied by a good stop by Neuer. But this is one of the goals of the season by Ciro Immobile, banging in the goals in the Champions League right now for us here at Torino. And 12 minutes in, we already have what my aim was, getting an away goal, and knowing that Bayern Munich now have to score 4 goals on the night. So the perfect start to this game, exactly what we wanted, opening the scoring, grabbing that away goal, and Neuer is already beating inside the opening 15 minutes. And what a great strike it was by Immobile as well. Verratti swings in the corner, it drops and hits the turf, and as it bounces up, Immobile wraps his right foot around it, and the power he generated on that half volley was superb. It's past Neuer in a flash, he can't react to it, and Immobile makes it 1-0 to Torino here at the Allianz Arena. So the perfect start to this game, a superb strike by Immobile. He really has been doing well in this Champions League competition. As you'll see, that's now his 6th goal in the Champions League so far, and of course we're only into the quarter-final stages right now. Immobile looking so good in this competition, and he's been a really, really good player for us this season. You know, like Immobile, he came in the second season, he's always been a healthy source of goals, but he's dropped down to the bench this season as Neymar's come in and been the first choice striker, as we've changed formation to just a 1 at the top formation. But Immobile's come off the bench and scored quite a few goals. He's played in loads of midweek games and cup games, and scored quite a few goals. And in the Champions League, that's now 6 goals for him this season. He's been showing that he's not just going to sulk on the bench. Now he's lost his place in the first team. He keeps on scoring the goals, and he keeps on showing what a good handful he is for opposition defences. So 1-0 to Torino, and in the 18th minute, 1-0 soon became 2-0. After some nice passing, we rolled the ball inside towards Manolo Gabbiadini, and there's another player who's lost his place in the first team but is still performing well. He wanted to leave the club. I was almost certain he was going to leave in January. It never happened, and since then, Gabbiadini's got a few chances here and there, and he keeps on scoring goals. He's looking really, really good, and Manolo Gabbiadini gets his 2nd goal in the Champions League. Bayern Munich 0, Torino 2, 4 goals up on aggregate, and Bayern Munich in this game had just not got started, and, well, it was summed up here in the 25th minute. I mean, this is Bayern Munich, one of the best sides in Europe, the biggest side in Germany right now, and this was just unbelievably diabolical. Gabbiadini's first goal was quite nice. This one was just, I mean, this is Manuel Neuer. This is the best goalkeeper in the world doing something like that. Absolutely terrible, and a sign of what's been going on this year throughout FIFA. Goalkeepers this year have been making so many basic errors, and Gabbiadini capitalised to make it Bayern Munich 0, Torino 3. Game already over, tie already over. Bayern Munich had not got started. We were dominating right from the off, and in the 33rd minute, Marco Verratti cuts past Benatia, a brilliant finish past Neuer. Bayern Munich 0, Torino 4, 32 minutes in, and without doubt on course for one of our best ever performances in this series. Unbelievable start to this game. 33 minutes in, we're away at the Allianz Arena, and we're 4 goals up. Bayern Munich could not defend in this game at all. Neuer was not playing well. Nothing he could do about this goal, but either way, he was not looking like his usual self. We were just putting the sword to Bayern at every single opportunity. Every single time we went forward, we looked like grabbing a goal. We were 4 goals up. Verratti celebrates here with what I do believe is his first goal in a Torino shirt. Bayern 0, Torino 4. Nip this one in the bud. We are going through to the Champions League semi-finals, and we're not even at half-time yet. So with Bayern Munich now needing 7 goals on the night with just over a half to play, it was looking pretty likely that we were going through to the Champions League semi-finals. However, sadly, we would lose our clean sheet on the stroke of half-time. PHILIPP, LAHM, the skipper for Bayern Munich, did make it Bayern 1, Torino 4 to grab what would just prove to be a consolation goal. No need for a celebration, really, as they do put the ball past Burnley. Disappointed to lose a clean sheet, but to be honest, this performance was still unbelievable. 4-1 up at half-time, and in the second half here, as you can see, 12 minutes after the restart, Aguero comes off the bench for Bayern Munich, looking to give themselves a miracle and a glimmer of hope in this game. Schweinsteiger comes forward, and the shot deflects off Danilo and behind for a corner, and it was still 4-1 to Torino. So Bayern Munich refusing to give up, despite the task being a mammoth one for them. But from the corner, it's crossed in. Aguero gets onto the ball here. We failed to get the ball away, but eventually we do. We scramble it down the right-hand side towards Lazaro off the bench, who gets past PHILIPP LAHM, who cannot catch up with the Austrian, who has the pace on the experienced German player. Keeps on going down the right-hand side, drills in across to the centre. Immobile can't win it, but it falls to Poloski at the far post. Quick little fake shot, first time cross in. Immobile wins the header and makes it Bayern Munich 1, Torino 5 to get his second goal of the game. 5-1 up in this game, just past the hour mark. 7-1 to Torino on aggregate. The away fans are celebrating. We knew we were going through to the Champions League semi-finals, but we had another great attack there. Really lightning counter-attack, and you saw, we were 4 goals to 1 up on the night, surely going through, yet we were still bombing bodies forward, looking for another goal to make it even more humiliating and embarrassing for Bayern Munich, and it was becoming a real nightmare for the home side. So 5-1 to Torino. Burnley made a good save there to deny Thiago, and in the 84th minute, again, we give the ball away, and Ribery finds Robben. Burnley looking to not be beaten for a second time in the game, and he wouldn't be, as he made another good save there, and it was how the game would eventually finish. In stoppage time, the final chance fell here to Bayern Munich. Benatia plays it inside, and eventually Robben's shot is deflected, and as it falls to Benatia, he can't hit the target, and it was how the game would finish. Bayern Munich 1, Torino 5. On aggregate, Bayern Munich 1, Torino 7, and without doubt, our best ever Champions League tie, and I would probably say that is our best performance of the series. A 5-1 win away at the Allianz Arena against a brilliant side like Bayern Munich. The tie was not over coming into that game. It really wasn't. We were 2 goals up, and yes, I knew if we got an away goal, it would be difficult for Bayern. They need to score 4 goals, but either way, it certainly wasn't over, and even when Immobile scored that first goal, it certainly wasn't over. They are still capable of scoring goals. They showed there that they had a lot of attacking prowess, but the fact of the matter is, Burnley made a couple of good saves, and every time we went forward, we looked like scoring, and that is why we won the game by 5 goals to 1 and 7-1 on aggregate. So through to the Champions League semi-finals, delighted with that, really pleased with that. Again this season we are fighting on all fronts. Last season we had a clean sweep of trophies. We won every single trophy possible. Can we do that 2 years running? Well, we're already into the Coppa Italia final. As you can see in the league, we have a lead over Juventus at the top of the table by a single point and have a game in hand coming into this one against Genoa. Of course, we've already won the Coppa, not the Coppa Italia, the Super Coppa at the start of the season, and the Super Cup 2, and of course right now in the Champions League through to the semi-finals. There is a possibility, I don't want to jinx it, but there is a possibility we could have back-to-back sweeps for the first ever time in any of my series. Still, we do take on Genoa for the second game of today's episode, the second of 7 games in today's episode. And the first chance would fall to the home side, that shot going just wide the post. In the 35th minute, another good chance for Genoa as they get the ball inside towards Mauro Zarate, and the Zarate kid makes it Genoa 1, Torino 0. So Genoa opened the scoring just over 9 minutes before the break in this game. Zarate getting the goal, putting it past Burnley and making it 1-0 to the home side. So in midweek, we dispatched of Bayern Munich very, very easily, beating them by 5 goals to 1. But in this game, we are 1-0 down away at Genoa. Football really is a funny old game, isn't it? We are already trailing in this game before half-time. So Genoa 1, Torino 0. In the 40th minute, a chance from this corner. It comes to Verratti, and his strike is well saved by Perrine. And eventually Genoa get the ball away, and it's still 1-0. And on the stroke of half-time, another good chance from another corner. Çalhanoğlu crosses the ball in. Neymar has a free header, but it's cleared off the line, and then Musacchio's shot is blocked. Verratti's shot is also blocked, and Genoa scrambled the ball away. So cleared off the line is still 1-0. Eventually we regain possession, and Alexandra gets onto the ball for us, and our left back finds Verratti. Verratti turns his man, plays that wide towards Raheem Sterling here. De Maio shuts him down, but Sterling whips it across. Neymar goes for the header. It's not fully dealt with. Musacchio strikes on the half volley, and again it's another big block and turn behind for a corner. So still 1-0 in this game, as Genoa defending really, really well. But 8 minutes after the restart, with us still trailing by a goal to 0, Musacchio finds Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who plays a through ball towards Lucas down the right hand side. Back inside towards Çalhanoğlu. Lovely first time through ball to Raheem Sterling, who puts it past Perrine. And 9 minutes after the restart, we do equalise and make it Genoa 1, Torino 1. Sterling with the goal. He's been really, really good since January. Sterling's come alive and been a much more important figure in this first 11. His first half of the season wasn't too good. Now he's playing much better, and he does make it Genoa 1, Torino 1. So back on level terms. Nice assist there for Çalhanoğlu. And on the hour mark, a great chance to make it 2-1 here. Musacchio gets on the ball, plays a great free ball towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who Ronaldo chops around Winston Reid and finds the back of the net as well. So in the space of 6 in-game minutes, we were 1-0 down. Now it's Genoa 1, Torino 2, and we take the lead for the first time in this game. Çalhanoğlu with assist for the Sterling goal, and now getting a goal here with Musacchio's lovely through ball. Really nice take to beat Winston Reid with the Ronaldo chop, and a really good finish by Hakan, and the Turkish midfielder makes it Genoa 1 at Torino 2. In the 83rd minute, with us still leading by 2 goals to 1, we had a great chance to seal the game, make it 3-1. Neymar got played forward here. Heel flicked around Perrine, but he made a good recovery save and turned it behind for a corner, although I think it was going wide anyway. But still 2-1 to Torino. And in stoppage time, one final chance for Genoa to grab themselves an equalising goal. De Maio's header goes wide of the post and behind from a goal kick from that deep free kick. And it was how the game would finish as well. Genoa 1, Torino 2. Final score here. Another 3 points for Torino. We do win our game in hand, and that now puts us 4 points clear of Juventus with just 7 games to go. So it is very, very tight between these two sides of the top, but we are staying on top of the table as things stand, and another really good win there against a pretty solid side, Genoa, away from home. Çalhanoğlu did get man of the match in that game from me. He grabbed a goal and an assist, but for some reason the assist didn't get credited. But either way, he played very, very well, and was a very key figure in that game, as we did run out 2-1 winners. And the third game of the 7 in total in today's episode is against Chievo Verona, as the bottom place side of the Serie A come and take on the top place side Torino at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino. As you can see with the team here, I did rest quite a few players. Neymar, Sandro, Danilo and Burnley stayed out there, but other than that, the rest of the players were rested for this game. Didn't really feel like I'd need them, no disrespect to Chievo Verona, but when they're bottom of the table, we're dominating this season, top of the table, you know, and playing really well, haven't lost a game in this calendar year. Was definitely fancying our chances, and the first chance would unsurprisingly fall to us in the 13th minute. Immobile got played forward, but his shot was well saved by the goalkeeper. And in the 18th minute, a surprise chance for the away side, Chievo Verona. They get the ball inside here and cross the ball to the far post, and Stoyan controls it here. He plays it inside towards Gomes, but he can't hit the target, and he goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. So still Torino 0, Chievo Verona 0, with that shot going off target, but at least they did get themselves a chance early on in this game. But from the goal kick, we pass out from the back as per usual, and Burnley plays that wide towards Danilo, our right back, and Danilo takes it around his man and finds Florenzi here. Florenzi step overs around the man covering and ends up playing it inside towards Benassi. Lovely ball by Benassi over the top towards Manolo Gavidini. Great first touch, great second touch, and an even better third touch, because that third touch is a strike and it finds the back of the net. So Gavidini makes it Torino 1, Chievo Verona 0. Another goal for our number 8. That's now 3 in 3 games. And a really great assist by Benassi. But I love this take from Gabbiadini. First touch was brilliant to chest it around the defender. Then take an extra touch to beat the oncoming goalkeeper. And then just stroke it into the open goal once he's rounded the keeper. So Torino 1, Chievo Verona 0. Gabbiadini with a goal. In the 25th minute, it could have been 2-0 to Torino. Gabbiadini finds Benassi through towards Immobile, but his shot is off target. And he goes behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0 to Torino. But to be honest, not much was really happening in this game after that. And in the 66th minute here, we saw some sad news. Benassi got taken down and would also be forced off the pitch as well at a later stage. So an injury for Benassi, not good to see, but it was still 1-0 to Torino. Not much was really happening in this game until stoppage time when Chievo Verona won themselves a corner. And wouldn't you just know it, with the final chance of the game, Inglese makes it 1-1. And the bottom place side in the Serie A, who would have been given absolutely no chance coming into this one, steal a point with Inglese heading in the corner and making it Torino 1, Chievo Verona 1. So the number 9 gets his first goal in the Serie A this season, and it turns out to be a goal that gives them a point. They're almost certainly going to get relegated come the end of the season, yet they're going down with a fight because they've scored a goal which gives them a point away at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino. And this season, we have been so good at not slipping up in too many games. We have been so dominant this year in the league, yet that is an unbelievably poor result. And I mean, you know, seriously, it doesn't matter how many points you've accumulated in the season. When you are top of the table and you're welcoming bottom of the table, you've got to win that game. There is absolutely no excuse for not getting the 3 points in that one. Yeah, sure, we had a few players that were rested because of the game previous to that one. There was only a couple of days rest, but either way, like you can't avoid not winning that game, especially when you know that Juventus are running you so close this season. Like, that was a really poor result. I didn't play very well in that game at all, to be honest, and it was just a terrible result. How we only got a draw in that game, I do not know. I did not play well enough, and quite frankly, it was just a pretty embarrassing draw against bottom place in the table. Still, we take on Livorno for the following game of today's episode here, looking to right those wrongs here, welcoming another side currently sitting in the relegation zone. Livorno in 18th place, decided to rest all 11 players coming into this game for, and clearly need a lot of fresh legs out there, need a lot of changes being made to the side. So players like Lolo and Agazi and Fejo will get a start in this game. First chance fell to us, but Okachuka's header hit the bar, and in the 23rd minute, again, our stocky striker goes forward, but the shot goes wide, the post and behind for a goal kick. So still Torino 0, Livorno 0. And in the 36th minute here, another good chance for Torino. Okachuka powers his way forward here, down this right-hand side, rides a slide challenge, gets himself in time to shoot on the left foot, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper Campagna and turned away by Livorno. So still goalless in this game, as the relegation threatened side were holding us to a goalless draw as things stood. And on the stroke of half-time, they almost took a surprise lead. They crossed the ball into the centre, and the header hits the bar, and the follow-up header is turned behind for a corner by Falco, getting a rare starting goal. So still Torino 0, Livorno 0, as the away side almost grab a surprise goal there to take the lead. But on the stroke of half-time, Lazari gets on the ball, plays it through towards Okachuka, and we would take the lead going into the break. The big man up top getting the goal and making it Torino 1, Livorno 0. So he's had limited minutes since arriving from Valencia on deadline day, hasn't played too many games. Neymar and Immobile have been the main two strikers who've been using up top, but whenever he has played, he's looked pretty good, and he got his first goal against Borussia Dortmund in a Torino shirt. He now gets his third goal in total and a second goal in the Serie A in a Torino shirt here against Livorno, and makes it 1-0 to the home side. 1-0 could have became 2-0 here in the 49th minute. Lazari gets on the ball and cuts inside from the left-hand side to shoot, but again, Campagna makes a really good save and turns behind for a corner. He was playing pretty well despite already conceding in this game, so still 1-0 to Torino. But in the 64th minute, a great chance to make it 2-0 to us. Victor Feja gets on the ball and finds Grenier, who plays it back towards our Brazilian winger here. The Scout Future Star takes it around one man with a quick little fake shot, rises slide challenge as well, then beats another defender with a reverse step over, gets himself inside, and it's an absolutely superb solo goal by our young winger, who makes it Torino 2, Livorno 0. The Scout Future Star never really had enough time to develop here at Torino. I sent him out on a couple of season-long loans. He looked okay, he was progressing and everything, but it was always going to take him, it was always going to take him a long time to really get into this team with the changes we were making to the team very quickly. He was always a class behind the players that were ahead of him in that position. And he does score here. That's his first goal in a Torino shirt, so good to see, but either way, he hasn't got too many minutes for us. He won't play too many minutes in the remainder of the series, but he does make it Torino 2, Livorno 0, and possibly secure all 3 points. But sadly for us, in the 73rd minute, we would actually get ourselves a man sent off. Engels dived in here and got himself a straight red card for this challenge. I'm not sure whether it was a red card or not, to be honest. I can definitely see why the referee gave it. I thought on another day, maybe a yellow card would have been given for this, because it was a bad challenge from behind, but I was thinking maybe a yellow card would have been right for that decision, although I do see why it was a red card, and I think the referee probably did call it right, so no complaints from me there, and Engels is walking. I do also believe as well that is our first red card of the series. I don't believe getting any other player sent off in this series, but either way, Engels is dismissed for a straight red card there, and our Belgian centre-half is walking. From the free kick, it was put over the bar by Slagadi, and that was how the game would finish as well. Torino 2, Livorno 0, so great to bounce back from that highly disappointing and highly embarrassing draw against Chievo Verona a few days ago, and this was a game where I played much better. I made 11 changes to the side. Decided to give loads of chances to loads of young players out there. I thought, the players didn't do the job against Chievo Verona. I gave chances to players like Lolo and Agazi and, of course, Victor Fejo as well, and they all performed pretty well. We were the better team in that game and did deserve the win. So delighted with that. Great to bounce back from that disappointing draw and a really solid 2-0 victory for us. Following that, we saw Zardes is returning from loan. He's been on loan at Cagliari, and now he's coming back to us. Obviously, hasn't played any minutes for us this season, Zardes. He's been such a great soldier in our team, such a great squad play. He doesn't play too many minutes for us, but whenever he does play, he usually does quite well. But Zardes is coming back from loan. Don't think he'll ever play again in this series, but you never know. Either way, he comes back from loan, and there you go. And we take on Real Madrid for the 5th game of today's episode here, the 5th of 7 games in today's episode, taking on Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final first leg as we travel to Madrid to take them on at the Bernabeu. After resting everyone in that game against Livorno, it was time to throw them back into the first team for this game against Real Madrid to prove to me that they are still worth their place in this team as they take on one of the best sides in the world away from home in Spain. The first chance fell to us in the 12th minute, but Çalhanoğlu's tame effort went wide of the post. In the 18th minute, Çalhanoğlu had a different kind of effort here, this one from closer in, and it was a really, really good chance for us too as Verratti plays him through, but sadly hits the woodwork and Real Madrid get the ball away. So a great chance there, but sadly Çalhanoğlu's shot does hit the bar and it is cleared by Real Madrid. In the 30th minute, another good chance for Torino, who had made a better start. Masaccio plays a great ball through towards Neymar, he goes through one-on-one, and we would open the scoring as well. Not good for the Real Madrid fans to see an ex-Barcelona player scoring here at their ground, and it is Neymar who grabs the goal. What a superb through ball it was by Masaccio, and Neymar took it really well. Got himself inside, Casillas shut him down. He was under pressure, but the finish was superb. He just rifled the ball with so much shot power here after taking one touch right into the roof of the net. No chance for the experienced goalkeeper, and it is Real Madrid 0, Torino 1. So a great finish by Neymar in this game, and we do go 1 goal up. So Real Madrid 0, Torino 1 in the 34th minute. Another good chance for us here as Çalhanoğlu gets on the ball and finds Verratti. Lovely ball over the top towards Lucas, down the right hand side here. Takes it around his man, gets himself inside to shoot, but the shot hits the bar and eventually goes behind for a goal kick. So still Real Madrid 0, Torino 1, but in the first half it was all Torino. Real Madrid were all at sea and they could not cope with us at all. We were literally going full throttle right from the beginning, attacking, trying to score as many goals as possible and put them under as much pressure as possible. And from the goal kick we win the ball back. Sterling finds Neymar here. He tries to take on Pepe here after a couple of nice skill moves. Takes it around Dani Carvajal and plays it back towards Raheem Sterling down the left-hand side. Beats the right back here with a reverse step over. Gets himself inside. Finds Neymar. And Neymar gets his second goal of the game and makes it Real Madrid 0, Torino 2. And so even with Immobile currently doing the business in the Champions League, I gave the chance to Neymar in this game. I said, I know Immobile's doing better than you in this competition, but you're going to get yourself a chance here away at the Bernabeu. Show what you can do. You're good enough in the Serie A. Can you do it in the Champions League? Well, of course you can. Neymar gets his third goal in this competition. He is way too good of a player to be fazed by the pressure. Makes it Real Madrid 0, Torino 2. Getting 2 away goals already in this game and looking so strong in the first half. In the second half, Real Madrid finally came out of their shell, and 10 minutes after the restart almost made it 2-1. Karim Benzema's header goes just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. But in the 82nd minute we had a great chance to make it 3-0 and seal the game and possibly seal the tie. Çalhanoğlu finds Immobile off the bench, rolls it through towards Neymar. Great chance for his hat-trick here. 1-on-1 with Casillas, but sadly gets the shot really wrong and puts it behind for a goal kick. I tried to curl it in with the right foot, but for some reason went with the left foot and it went outside of the post and behind for a goal kick. That was how the game would finish though at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 0, Torino 2. Neymar's double inside an opening 8 minutes, not inside the opening 8 minutes, inside 8 minutes in game time, gets us to win this game. I felt we were the better side as well. Possession was equal. We had more shots too, and Real Madrid in that game just did not play like the type of Real Madrid that we are sometimes used to seeing. They really did not go at us in that game at all. They sat back, invited pressure a lot of the time, and we are just way too good of a team now to allow that to happen and, basically just not get attacks and chances on the board. We are not a side that are lucky to be in the Champions League. We're the holders of that competition. competition. You cannot play that way against us and expect us not to score goals. We're going to keep putting you under pressure, and we will bang them in. That's exactly what we did. Neymar's double gives us the win. We've got the second leg to come, but either way, we have a very healthy advantage going into the second leg at the Stadio Olimpico di Torino. Still, for the sixth game of today's episode here, the sixth game and the final post-commentary game of today's episode, we take on Pescara here. So, taking on another side currently threatened by relegation here at the Stadio Olimpico di Torino. Drew with Chiesa Verona, beat Livorno, so coming into this game hopeful of getting ourselves another win and trying to remain top of the table as we try and push away from Juventus. The first chance would fall to us in the 8th minute. Florenzi finds Gabbiadini down the right-hand side here, cuts inside to shoot and also scores as well. Manolo Gabbiadini right now is feeling it, you know, seriously. He was almost certainly going to be leaving in January. He was put on the transfer list, he was declining contracts, he was saying he wanted to leave the club. Instead, he decided to stay. He said he wanted to keep a place in the team and fight for his place in the team. And Manolo Gabbiadini now gets his 4th goal in 4 games. The guy right now is looking so good, and he opens the scoring to make it Torino 1 at Pescara 0. A bit of sad news here. NIKOLA Muri would get himself injured in the 27th minute, sorry. NIKOLA Muri got taken down there by the right back for Pescara and ended up getting forced off the pitch for Lazaro. So another injury for us. First Benassi and now NIKOLA Muri as well. Of course, they're squad players nowadays, not first team players, but either way, still not nice to see players get injured come the end of the season where the fixture just gets a little bit more congested. Regardless, still 1-0 to Torino. We saw a Falco make a good save there in the 39th minute, looking to keep his place in the first 11 in the league games for a foreseeable future. Good save by Falco, and it's still 1-0. In the 49th minute, another good chance for us here as Baselli takes strike from just outside the area, but the shot is well saved by the goalkeeper, and Pescara get the ball away. So still 1-0 to Torino. They did have a couple of chances in this game. Pescara weren't playing too badly, but we did look like the better side and the stronger side as well, despite making so many changes. And in the 54th minute, as Neymar gets on the ball down the left-hand side here, he takes it around the fella that injured Muru, shows him uphill with a nice little Berber spin, gets himself inside, got a little bit lucky to keep holding the ball there after giving the ball away, but gets back onto it and finesses the ball past the goalkeeper and makes it Torino 2, Pescara 0. So 11 minutes after the restart, Aresti is beating for a second time. Neymar gets his first goal of the game. Again, a little bit fortunate here, lost the ball temporarily, but wins it back. He's got such good ball control, Neymar, and a great finish on him too, as he gets his 24th goal in the Serie A this season, one behind what I was targeting come the end of the season. So Torino 2, Pescara 0. In the 65th minute, another good chance for Pescara here. This header by Salinas goes wide the post and behind for a goal kick, so still 2-0 to Torino, but Pescara were looking to get themselves back in the game. They just weren't doing enough in front of goal. In the 75th minute, we had a great chance to make it 3-0 here, as Darmian gets himself inside to shoot. Good save by the goalkeeper. Eventually, Gabbiadini does turn in the rebound. A little bit of luck there, but as you'll see, he was in an offside position anyway. Gabbiadini's second goal of the game is ruled out for offside, and correctly so. So final score, Torino 2, Pescara 0. Great to get another win notched up, and after that very disappointing draw against Chiesa Verona, I was wondering whether we'd start to feel a little bit sorry for ourselves, start to slow down a little bit, but this season we have not lost a single game in this calendar year. In this calendar year we are still undefeated, we have won the vast majority of our games, we have looked so good, especially at home, and that's another 3 points notched up for us too. Instead we only had 4 shots and 4 on target in this game. That's a lie, we had a few more than that, and we did dominate possession as well. We played very, very well and were thoroughly deserving of our victory. With just a few games to go in the league as well, Juventus slipped up against Inter away at the San Siro. We are still top of the table and desperate to remain there for the remainder of the season as we go in search of our 3rd successive league title. But that does end the post-commentary part of today's episode, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed this part of episode number 100, then please do leave a like, as it is much appreciated and really does help my channel out. The final thing you'll see is a live game against Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final second leg. Hopefully you'll enjoy that, like you've been enjoying the episode. I would appreciate a like, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the remainder of the episode. Okay guys, so welcome to the live part of episode number 100. It is the Champions League semi-final second leg with Torino against Real Madrid here. Obviously we won the first leg away at the Bernabeu in Madrid by 2-0, so we have the advantage coming into the second leg. In the other semi-final tie, in an all-Spanish affair, Barcelona beat Sevilla by 1-0 over the 2 legs. So the winners of this tie, Torino or Real Madrid, will face Barcelona in the Champions League final, and hopefully it will be us. I mean, you know, we have the advantage. We have the lead on aggregate by 2-0. So hopefully it will be us. But of course, we know how good Real Madrid's side are, and we know it's not going to be that easy just to brush them aside and easily pick up the result. But regardless, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling optimistic, and I'm hopeful that we will be getting to our 2nd Champions League final in 2 years. And you know, obviously still a long way to go, but touch wood, 2 trophies in 2 years as well. As for the team, I'm not going to make any changes against Pescara. We rested rested the first 11, but we kept Neymar out there just because I thought it'd be well. I'm trying, in selfish reasons, I'm trying to get him more goals than Poloski scored in the first season. I'm trying to target over 27 goals for Neymar. That's what Poloski got. See if he can become the record score a record amount of goals in one season for Torino in the league. But either way, Neymar's got 24 in the league. But Neymar, he's not too tired. He's not too tired. He's a little bit, not 100% compared to the other players, but he's fine enough to start the game. I was contemplating Immobile because he has scored 6 goals in the Champions League this season, one of the highest scorers. I think he's 4th place in the top scorer list in the Champions League. But Neymar scored a double, scored both goals against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, so I think it'll be silly to drop him really because of that. And there you go. So no changes made to the team, and we're just going to get ourselves straight into the game. And yeah, hopefully, touch wood, come the end of 90 minutes, we will be celebrating a place in our second Champions League final in 2 years. But anyway, guys, hopefully you've been enjoying episode number 100. Honestly, I didn't really know what to do for it. Obviously, whenever 50 or 100 comes by in a series, I'll always do a special video. It's always a longer video than usual. I'm not sure how many minutes this episode will be, but it will be longer than the usual. Should be around 40 plus minutes, I'd say. And hopefully you've been enjoying the episode so far. I didn't really know what game to do live because I couldn't really think which would be the most exciting game to play live. I thought this was probably the best one I could do because obviously it's the Champions League semi-final second leg. The winners advance to the final of the biggest competition in Europe. So I thought it was a good game to play live, a bit exciting, and there you go. Hope you have been enjoying the episode regardless, and if you have been, please do consider leaving a like. You don't have to if you don't want to, that's totally fine, but likes do help the channel out and I really would appreciate them. And there you go. Now for me personally, it is the 15th of August right now. It's Saturday. Tomorrow you'll be watching this video in the morning. I've been so busy over the past week, as you guys probably know. I've been looking for a place to live and it is very, very tiring and very, very time consuming. So Monday through Friday last week I only did 1 video per day. That's probably going to be the same this week as well. Maybe not for all days, but I'd imagine there might be 1 or 2 days in this upcoming week where I'll only upload once as opposed to twice. I can only apologize for that, but hopefully you guys understand it's not because I'm not just being lazy or whatever. It's just because I'm spending most of my time out of the house right now looking for another place to move into, and as you can imagine, it's quite time consuming, especially when I'm looking for places up north in the country and I'm having to do a lot of traveling as well. And this week I'm probably going to have a couple of viewings booked in Manchester, so yeah, it's very, very time consuming, very, very tiring, but that is why I may not upload 2 videos per day every day this week like I didn't do last week either. But anyway, getting underway here for our final game of today's episode, our 7th and final of today's episode, the Champions League semi-final second leg with Torino against Real Madrid. As you can tell, I'm feeling very, very confident. I'm feeling very, very optimistic. Sometimes there is such a thing as overconfidence, but unless Real Madrid get off to a really, really good start, I can't see them getting back into this game because right from the beginning, I'm literally going to pass the ball around. Wow, okay, I was going to say I'm going to pass the ball around, retain possession, and stop them from breaking through, but the first thing I do is give the ball away, which isn't great. But either way, I'll try and kill the game off as early as possible, get some chances too, but either way, I'm feeling optimistic, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens come the end of 90 minutes. Here's the first chance to Real Madrid, and Modric's shot is saved by Bernie, so maybe that's not a good game plan there. Maybe I shouldn't just pass the ball around and try and retain possession and slow the tempo. Maybe if I do that, I'll invite pressure. Well, we'll have to wait and see as the game goes on, but either way, taking on Real Madrid and hopeful of getting ourselves through to the Champions League final. Okay, so other than the 1 chance Real Madrid had early on, since then I've just been trying to control the game and the tempo in the opening 15 minutes, doing okay with that. I can see what Real Madrid's game plan seems to be when on defense there, allowing one player to shut down the ball carrier for us. Whoever's on the ball, you can see Benzema right now is shutting him down, and when it goes past him, someone will switch and then take control. But either way, that's something I've got to be worried about because Real Madrid have a lot of pace. Bale is quick, Benzema is quick, Ronaldo is quick. They've got a lot of pace, Real Madrid, and the one thing I don't want to do is give the ball away at the back and allow them to counter-attack and hit us, and we won't be able to catch up. But either way, here's Lucas down the right-hand side. Try and take it around Marcelo with that burl spin and get myself inside here. Still a chance, rise to side challenge. Lucas to possibly shoot. Good save by Casillas. Neymar can't turn it in. Headed away. It will come to Shalanolu. Still a chance, possibly. Plays it inside towards Masaccio. It finds Neymar instead. Carvajal the interception, and Real Madrid clear. So almost opening the scoring. If we can get the first goal in the game, it really will put the pressure on Real Madrid, and it really will give us a big advantage being 3 goals up. But a good save there by Casillas, and still 0-0. as Arialdo makes a great challenge on Modric and gets the ball back for us and finds Lucas down the right-hand side. If I can skin Marcelo here, there's going to be loads of space down the right-hand side. Right here, there we go, for him to cut inside. Really good chance here because Marcelo can't catch up. Lucas inside. That's a great tackle by Sergio Ramos, and actually goes behind for a goal kick. So still 0-0, but a fast start to this game. Lucas inside towards Verratti. He's got Lucas back down the right-hand side. He'll give it to him now, trying to take it around Marcelo, who is really struggling to deal with Lucas here, who drills it across to the centre. Çalhanoğlu on the turn. Good block by Pepe. Neymar towards Verratti. Saved by Casillas. Çalhanoğlu tries to react and tackle by Khedira. It'll drop to Masaccio from range over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So, you know, not just sitting back in this game, not just inviting pressure and just allowing Real Madrid to come at us. We are going to be going forward ourselves, trying to grab ourselves a goal, even though we are slowing the tempo of the game down. But either way, good stop there by Casillas, and then the follow-up shot goes over, but it is still goalless. So it's half-time and it's 0-0, and I wasn't going to do any commentaries, but check out the stats at half-time. Apparently, we've had 0 shots and 0 on target, which obviously isn't true. 70 to 30% possession is probably true, because we have been dominating right from the start, but pass accuracy, 45%? Really? I don't think so somehow, yeah. I really don't. Rodriguez back to Carvajal, and Sterling will try and intercept. It will fall to Neymar towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Neymar continues his run. Çalhanoğlu back to Lucas here. Down the right hand side is Verratti. He's got Danilo on the overlap. Marcelo is struggling in this game, so I'm going to keep on running at him because he just cannot cope. He really cannot cope, Marcelo. In goes across to Neymar, who makes it 1-0 to Torino in the 49th minute. The opening goal is scored there. Correct decision to start Neymar. Then he scored a double at the Bernabeu. He scores the goal here that could potentially see us through. Real Madrid now must score 3 goals on the night, otherwise they're going out. And Marcelo in this game has been struggling all throughout this game, has not been coping down the left hand side for Madrid at all, and down our right hand side. Cross comes in from Danilo, picks out his Brazilian colleague Neymar, who picks out the back of the net. Torino 1, Real Madrid 0. Yes, Neymar winning the ball back off Rodriguez, so that was totally fair. Through towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and again, I'm going to go down that right-hand side because Marcelo is all over the place. Like, he is absolutely all over the place. And Çalhanoğlu wins it back here, inside towards Neymar, and a deflection off Pepe, sees the ball go over for a corner. Marcelo is just diabolical right now, and I just need to keep on exploiting that. And then goes the corner towards Neymar, who does win the header, and he goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So corner to Real Madrid, the Welshman Gareth Bale to take it, and it goes to the centre. Brooks tries to head it away as Bernie came there, and I was not holding down triangle. I've said this before, Bernie, he comes for so many crosses where I don't instruct him to. It's really frustrating. I don't think it would have mattered had they scored anyway, but either way, it's still 1-0, and he almost allowed Real Madrid back into the tie there. So corner to Torino. Going to drill this towards Verratti here on the edge of the area. And Verratti can... Oh, it's gone past Verratti. It'll fall to Danilo. Okay, Danilo can strike it instead then. And it's not too far over the bar from our Brazilian right back. It's Danny Carvajal. And that's a long ball through towards Gareth Bale. Sandro's going to shut him down. Bale controls, plays it back inside. In goes the cross, headed away by Arialdo. It'll fall to Luka Modric, over the bar and behind. So into stoppage time, and it is still Torino 1, Real Madrid 0. In the second half, I didn't actually keep hold of the ball as much as I would have liked to have done, so I gave it away a few times sloppily and gave Real Madrid some chances to get back in the game. But they just didn't take the chances, and that was the key. Bernie's made one good save I can remember, but other than that, I'm pretty sure every shot has been off target. We've been okay in this game. We've been in control for the most part, and that's why we are going to run out 1-0 winners, unless we could possibly get a second goal here, which I don't think we'll do, because Real Madrid are crowding the bodies out here and not giving us much space. But that's okay. We'll just keep hold of the ball instead. I don't mind, and we'll see out of the game. So final score, Torino 1, Real Madrid 0. Not the most exciting of games, not the most exciting semi-final second leg ties, but the most important thing is what the players are showing right now. They're celebrating because they have made it through to the Champions League final, and a 3-0 scoreline on aggregate against one of the best sides in Europe. This is a show that Torino are, now becoming one of the best sides in Europe, no doubt about it. We've got a fantastic squad, a really, really good team, and we know how to get the results when we need them. So as you can see here, we got the win by a goal to 0, and like I said right from the beginning, dominate possession, slow the game down, not give Real Madrid too many chances, and in a game where they need to score at least 2 goals, it soon became 3 when Neymar headed the ball in 5 minutes after the restart. They only got 3 shots and only 1 was on target, and that was the telling sign. We knew what we needed to do in this game, we did it, and that is why we are through to the Champions League final. My man of the match probably would be Danilo. He got the assist for the Neymar goal. He went pretty close with 1 shot as well, and was very, very solid at the back whenever Real Madrid came forward. I think the whole defence actually played quite well. Arialdo, Bruce got 6.4. I thought Bruce did quite well, maybe not, but Alexandra played quite well as well. I think everyone did pretty well in the team. Nothing too major. No one was, a standout player, but I think Danilo was probably the best of the players that are on the pitch. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the episode. We are through to the Champions League final. A really nice way to end it. Obviously, not the most exciting of games. Didn't need it to be honest, though. We are through to the Champions League final, though. That is the most important thing. And we'll be taking on Barcelona at the end of the season, and hopeful of getting ourselves back-to-back Champions League trophies, and proving that we are able to do what we set out with Torino, and that is become a dominant side in Europe in just a few years. But that does end the episode, guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed episode number 100 of Torino Career Mode. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like. It's much appreciated. And of course, it really does help my channel out. But of course, you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to. And I'll see you for the next episode of Torino Career Mode. Only a few more to go very soon.